This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
So much happening in the AFL trade period, in particular this year. One of the guys behind a lot of the player movement is Colin Young, WA-based Corporate Sports Australia AFL manager. Colin, good morning.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Colin. Now, firstly, I just want to ask, because Shaun's confused why he has not had any trade inquiries onto him. Do you not sell expired stock, or what's the deal?
No, he won't let you represent him, so I can't do that.
That makes sense.
Hey, Colin, one of the things that... first of all, I want to have a go at you because Griffin Logue, he's part of our team and you represent him and you've offed him over to North Melbourne. What's going on there? You've taken him away from us.
I actually said that to him yesterday morning. What's the biggest, what are you upset about? He goes, not working with the guys at Nova next year. So we're going to try and get him to Nova in Melbourne if we can.
Yeah, right. So now we know that you're a filthy liar.
Yeah.
Colin, we are in. We are looking for a new docker now, though. Have you got anyone? Have you got anyone for us? What do you think? Who do you think would fit in with us?
Well, you never know down the line. I know Andrew looks after Timmy English, but the big fella, the astronaut at the Bulldogs. Got plenty of players in the next couple of years, but I think Freo will be okay. They're tracking pretty well for Jackson, from what I hear, and I think they got Sharpie and Corbett from the Gold Coast. So I think they're on the move.
Well, it seems to be at this point in time. But I want to ask you, so there is a few things getting around at the moment where you have conversations with footy clubs, right, Colin? When you're talking to one of your players about leaving, and a lot of the cases at the moment, they can get paid better money and maybe positionally
like
play in a better
Griff's
role.
case, yeah.
Yeah, in Griff's case, just use him for an example. What is the sell versus if you stayed for using Fremantle as an example, stay at Fremantle, you can play in a successful team over the next period of time, and you can be a part of something going forward that may never happen in time to come.
Yeah, look, it's probably over a 12-month period. You're talking to the players, and this time last year we were talking to Griff about when we could get him re-signed with Freo. And then, I think he had his exit meeting and there was some discussions that we'll try and get the contract going sooner rather than later. And clubs start to manage their list pretty early, and sometimes you do hear about players that might want to move early, and I'm not sure you'll have to ask Freo when the Jackson, trade possibly popped up. But myself and Andrew we obviously had Blake as well, Blake Acres, and we just thought after about 4 or 5 months where Chris probably hadn't been offered a contract, and I think he got dropped once or twice, that there could be a bit of a red flag there that Freo might be managing their list, which the club is, the club try to do, and sometimes there's casualties, and we thought that Chris might be a casualty at the end of the year, so Griff said to go and do my job, so we spoke to a few clubs about, I identified a few clubs that they need positions for Griff down the back line, and it sort of started going there probably about the middle of the year, and then it transpires, what's the club like, club's list, where it's going, where it's situated. And Griff had a lot of friends in Melbourne and a lot of family friends in Melbourne. So I think he identified, if he's going to go, he wants to go to a club in Melbourne. And then you sort of just go from A to B and try and work out which is the right club.
Colin, how much of your life do you spend on the phone? Is it just constant?
Yeah, especially during this period. And, sometimes you wish there's no trades. I said last year I was hoping there would be no trade. But we're about
non-stop.
I think it was but that probably today we'll probably get through about 60 calls a day. So, but yeah, it's constantly. There is good moments where you do have a good run. There's you're just meeting with your players, which you love dearly. But today, like we started, obviously we all know daylight savings in Melbourne is the killer.
Yes.
You're up about 4 o'clock every morning just watching and emailing and texting and getting ready for the calls, which I'll probably start making in the next 10 minutes to see where it sits, because it's going to be a pretty busy day next couple of days.
Well, Colin, at least I can tell you, just for getting on air with us, Shaun, and with a chance to win Nova's 10K a day.
That's less than he normally makes a day, Nathan.
This afternoon. Hey, Colin, so I know that when you're in the trade period and you're trading players and all that sort of stuff, pay is one of the things. Contract length is one of the things. Are there other incentives that can be put into...
Like a good parking spot? Or,
Like, is there anything else at play that can be used?
I think it's funny you use that parking spot. Shawnee might be able to confirm that. I think Savage had that in his contract, did he, Shawnee?
Down at Freo. He always had the good spot there. I reckon it was right there. Cameron Swab was the same, parked right outside the front door. It was weird. You remember those days?
Yeah, no, I do. I was working down there. But I actually, with Griff, an idea, like, obviously, North Melbourne with Puma. So we've, been on the phone to them for a few months. And obviously, you guys with Nova, we have Nathan Board over there in Melbourne. We're going to try and squeeze Griff in.
Yeah.
But normally it's pretty well much all about the contract, but more importantly about the club and the position first. The contract comes last, especially with Griff.
But you know what? So some of the graded carrots a little bit fun.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
yeah,
Like
that's right.
your Puma thing, and
Yes.
we'll get you on this radio stage. That's sort of like, okay.
It's icing on top, isn't it? Yeah.
Oh, that's exciting. Yeah.
No, so it's little bits like that, but normally the contract's stock standard.
Yeah.
I haven't heard of the car base, but I'm sure if you want to win, you get one.
Yeah.
The other one, Colin, that everyone's talking about because Freo keep getting asked, Rory Lobb, you represent him. He's bought a house in Melbourne. He was thinking that he was going to be over at the Western Bulldogs
And he's requested it 2 years in a row.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
Freo saying categorically he's not going. Well,
You've
that's
got
what
a-
they're saying
you've got
at
a
the
contract.
moment. Do you think that is real, or it's something still working, or
Well, it's it very well could be real. It's just you're looking for the opportunities to help Freo, believe it or not. Like even with you might find in the next few days that with Jackson and Fremantle that Melbourne might want 2 first picks, this year and next year, and then Griffin Logue's pick, which that could be the key for Jackson. So Griffin Logue's done him a little bit of a favour, even though he's not there. So you sort of look for those opportunities to help Freo, believe it or not. So they've got a couple of players still in play with Corbett and Sharp, and they don't have a lot of picks. I think at the moment Freo have picks 13 and 76, I think, this year, and they have next year's futures, which they got from North Melbourne. So they're going to need a couple more picks to get the boys in, I think. So that's something that Freo will probably talk about over the radio the next few days. But we're sort of looking for an opportunity where we can help Fremantle. I know it sounds weird, but if we can get some good picks for Rory that helps Freo set themselves up for the next 5 years, and you just got to look for a win situation for everyone. So that's what we're hoping to do, Shaun. But mate, the next 6 days is going to be, mate, you got Grundy and you got Rankin and Dunkley and Gunston and Rioli and Horn and Hopper, and mate, there's about 15 to 25 players in line.
Well, just remember, we're going to require some picks for Heater too, Colin. So get
that's right.
get that list ready to go.
win too, mate.
You guys are ready. You guys will be number one. You don't have to worry about it.
So give us the cream of the crop, please. Thank you,
All
sir.
right. You're like the busiest man in Australia at the moment. Thanks for talking to us, Colin.
No, pleasure, guys. Cheers.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Just going to get Nathan to go to sleep for a second when I talk about cricket. Last night, Australia played in a T20 match against the West Indies, and it's just a warm-up game. They're trying to get going for the World Cup, which is only a short time away, about 2 weeks, in fact. And Aaron Finch, who I've been bagging the hell out of, made 59 and got man of the match.
The McManus strikes again.
I did it again.
Doing? Do you understand? One day you're going to
He's been
grasp how to
rubbish for a
use
while.
your powers, though, to benefit yourself.
I know. The stock market. Imagine these powers in the stock market.
It's like you're like, when you put 2 magnets together and one repels off the other. Like once you work out how to use that power for your own good.
Well, I
Okay,
think
so
what we
if I-
need to do is we need to use it for our good.
Here's the idea. Yeah, you're right, Nat. So if
'Cause
I
if you
start banging
change
out
it,
BHP,
yeah,
right? I'm
that's
banging
right.
out BHP,
We're going to get
big
on
Australian. Then you guys just dive on it and then we spare the profits.
it. No.
No profits?
No.
You don't get, there's no deals with you. No deal. No
You
deal.
just do what you do and
Where's the
we just
for me?
benefit
There's
from
supposed
it.
to be a benefit for me to have these superpowers, not you. It's a
Shaun,
team.
what in your life benefits you?
It's a really great point, actually, Nat. And I'm going to go home and cry about it
into the
later on
West
this
Therapy
afternoon.
Why do you
session
think
ever.
we're going to change that and turn that around?
It's a dark thought, isn't it? Oh, that's going to really haunt me
It's going to haunt you.
tonight.
That's right. You're lying awake at night. Do you want to get back to cricket?
Yes, absolutely. So, Aaron Finch, take my hat off for you, but you're not going to probably score a run for the next couple of weeks, so I'll be back on track. The other one, obviously, WA winning yesterday their Sheffield Shield game against New South Wales. Gee, they're off to a good start
Yeah, they
because
are.
they won the one-day games that they've played so
Yes,
far, the Marsh
Cup.
They won those games, and they've won their Sheffield Shield game. And, Nat, you brought to my attention Teague Wiley yesterday.
Yeah.
Made 108, and he's the youngest player since Ricky Ponting at 18 years of age to make a ton. This is the story, though. One of your cousins, Nathan, you haven't told me about him, Lance Morris.
Lance.
Took 9 wickets. First of all, he took 5 in the first innings. Michelle Pfeiffer, they call that one.
Yep.
And 4 in the second.
Yep.
Why haven't you brought Lance to the table at any discussion that we've had?
Because
Nathan's
Lance plays
ashamed
cricket
of him.
and cricket balls me. I mean, but Lance has been doing very well for a very long time. I mean, I know that I bang on about my cousin Jenny Morris.
Yes, you do.
Quite a lot.
Julia every now and then gets a
Yes.
run.
Yeah, Julia. I mean, she's doing well as well. But no, Lance is all right. I mean, he plays cricket, does all right. Good guy. Not Jenny. He's not a Jenny
not
Morris.
What colour hair's he got?
What? Lance. He's he's over the years had different hair. He's got brown hair.
Yes.
And he sports like a little bit of a Mo sort of situation. Blue eyes runs in the family as
Yeah,
well.
Yeah,
sure.
right, okay.
Yeah, he's a good guy, Lance.
Yeah, good on you, Lance. Well done. Well done to Teague Wiley and Lance
And
Morris,
cousin
Nathan's
Lance.
cousin. And good luck to the Western Warriors, our Warriors, who continue to play well over the last couple of years. They're doing sterling jobs. So
Yep.
good luck to the boys. Continue their good form.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.